SPEC Script for Girls. Title, And This Is How They Met. Act 1. Interior car, day. 18-year-old Marnie Michaels sits in the passenger seat, arms crossed, brows furrowed. Her mother Evie drives.
So you're going in undeclared. That's fine, honey. I was undeclared, and well, you know I didn't graduate, but I didn't need a degree because I got the most perfect angel instead. You're so beautiful.
Evie tries to touch Marnie's cheek. Marnie avoids contact, and consequently the car swerves.
Mom! Well, all I'm saying is that you are wonderful, and you are capable, and you're going to have an incredible college experience.
All right, I was thinking,
What clubs are you thinking of joining? Or, you know what? You should start a club. Here, that would really put you ahead of your peers. They'll all be envious of your beauty and your brains. Secretly, of course.
Marnie puts her head on the passenger window and stares out at the scenery, no longer paying attention to her mother.
That would just be excellent, wouldn't it? Making your father jealous he's not in your life anymore. You know, he would just hate to see another successful woman in the family. And if you stay in school, he'll probably stop calling you altogether. So just be prepared for that.
Marnie continues to watch the trees pass as Evie's voice fades. Interior dorm room, day. 18-year-old Hannah Horvath is unpacking her clothes and laying them out on a twin bed with no sheets on it. Karen, 18, is out and outrageously average looking, hangs up a poster that says, "Keep calm and keep jogging."
Cool poster.
oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, I like to jog.
So you like to jog?
Oh yeah, it just clears my head and stuff.
That's really cool.
Oh, do you like to jog too? We could jog together.
You know, I used to be really into it, but then I discovered I'd self-diagnosed runner's asthma, which, you know, actually makes a lot of sense because every time I would run, I would start to breathe really heavily and pant. And then in gym class, I had to run the mile, and I passed out, and my gym teacher, Miss Sullivan, told me I was out of shape. But really, all along, it was runner's asthma. And so now that I know that I have it, I don't think it would be a good idea to go on a jog with you and like potentially pass out, and then you would have to carry me back to the room, and we would we just met, and that might be weird for you to have to like touch me like that, so.
Oh, okay, yeah, totally. I'm sorry to hear about your condition.
Thanks. It can actually be really hard sometimes. So where are you from?
Oh, I'm from Minnesota.
Hannah, her back towards Karen, rolls her eyes.
That's cool. Which part of Minnesota?
St. Paul. Well, a suburb just outside of St. Paul.
Hannah rolls her eyes again.
The suburbs. Cool.
Where are you from?
Cleveland. I'm a city girl, so I grew up with a lot of culture and music and stuff.
No way, I have family there. Which part are you from?
Well, it's not like in Cleveland, but like right outside of it, like basically in the city.
Interior classroom, day. Dozens of students file out of a classroom. A professor, a man in his mid-70s, gathers papers at his desk. Back facing the camera, a student approaches the professor's desk. She's wearing a small halter top, barely seen on account of her long, flowing blonde hair. The student flirts with the professor. She touches his chest and laughs. Revealed, 18-year-old Jessa Johansson, watching the flirtation from afar at her desk, gathering her books. Jessa looks beautiful and refined. Her hair is in a neat bun near the top of her head. The student turns around and smirks at Jessa while leaving the classroom. Jessa looks back at the professor. He smiles at her. She bashfully smiles back and exits the room quickly. Interior hallway, next moment. Jessa walks through the hallways as people stare and smile at her. Hey.
Hello.
Hey. Jessa smiles and nods. Interior dorm room, day. Jessa unlocks her door to find an empty room. She walks over to the record player, puts on an Ella Fitzgerald record, and sways to the music. Jessa undresses, and we see that she has no tattoos, but wears a single golden cross around her neck. Interior shower, moments later. Jessa takes a shower while singing the same Ella Fitzgerald song that played in her room moments before. She has a lovely singing voice. End of Act 1. Act 2. Exterior campus, a few days later. Hannah and Rachel, a skinny and hip 18-year-old, walk through campus.
I walk in the door and almost stepped on her. She was doing sit-ups.
Rachel listens intently.
And she jogs. Like, if there was any time in your life to not keep up with jogging, now is that time.
I mean...
And she's so obsessive compulsive. Like, She has to put her jogging shoes back in the same place after every jog. 2 inches to the left of the door. 2 to the left. Every time. Like, what would happen if I moved your jogging shoes 3 inches to the left, Karen? Would your sports bra unravel?
Oh, I get it. She goes jogging super early and it wakes you up, right?
Well, I have an 8 a.m., so I get up before she does. But she jogs at 2 p.m. every single day. And she knows that is my snack hour. Because that was one of the first things I told her when we moved in. So, right when I sit down in my bed and start eating my snacks, she laces up her jogging shoes and jogs out the door.
Beat.
She totally does it on purpose to make me feel guilty. At least I think. I mean, I'm not crazy. Am I?
Dylan, a white 18-year-old male wearing a dashiki, a white 18-year-old wearing a dashiki and round wire eyeglasses, suddenly approaches Hannah and Rachel, followed by several other young men.
Beautiful women! Will you come to my party this Friday night?
What kind of party is it?
Dylan lifts his arms to the sky.
A party to celebrate the fall equinox, of course. Come, drink, be merry, and listen to that wily she-wolf within as she howls at the moon.
Dylan grins. The boys behind him snicker. Hannah and Rachel exchange a concerned look.
So what do you say? Is it written? Will the beautiful women be gracing my party with their dances with wolves?
What?
I think your references are off.
Dylan abruptly howls. The boys behind him begin to bark.
Is that a yes then? Excellent, sweet wench. See you at the party, beautiful women. As beautiful as thou, woman, thou be the whimsical, hellacious mother monster of my sweetest nightmare.
Hannah and Rachel stare, bemused, as Dylan walks away. One of the boys, Clive, a slinky young man with dark, greasy hair covering part of his face, lingers as the group departs.
I've got a hula hoop.
Clive walks away. Interior, classroom, day. Jessa and Hannah sit next to each other in a lecture hall. Professor Barnes, a cranky old man wearing a sweater vest, writes Introduction to Anthropology on the whiteboard in front of the room.
Humans are social beings by nature. Acceptable social behaviors evolve over time and are dictated by the paradigm in which they exist.
Hannah and Jessa are staring with disgust at a boy in the row ahead of them. Peanut Butter Boy scoops peanut butter out of a jar with his fingers, licks it off, and repeats the action.
For the next 2 weeks, I want you guys to conduct a social experiment. The next person you make eye contact with will be your partner.
Hannah and Jessa immediately lock eyes. They smile. Students around the room do the same. Peanut Butter Boy makes eye contact with his peanut buttery fingers.
Oh, Cymbalina.
Does everyone have their partners? Excellent. Okay. Now get the fuck out of my classroom.
Students look shocked and hastily gather their books.
Wait, is that it? What's the experiment?
I think we're meant to figure that out ourselves.
Oh, maybe that is the experiment.
Perhaps. I'm Jessa.
Hannah, I bet people ask you about your accent all the time. I won't even bring it up.
Interior dining hall, day. Hannah sits alone at a table as she reads The Red Tent and eats an enormous slice of pizza. Also on her plate rests 2 lonely baby carrots. Karen walks in with a couple of friends, Michelle, 18, and 18-year-old Tally Schifrin. Karen sees Hannah, sets her plate down, and walks over to her.
Hey, Hannah, want to come eat with us?
Oh, okay, yeah, thanks.
Hannah gathers her things and heads to Karen's table. They sit down.
Hey guys, this is my roommate Hannah. Hey, I'm Michelle. Karen's been telling us about you.
Oh, really?
Good things. So she says you play really cool music.
And that you can name like every actor in every movie ever.
Hannah glances at Karen. Karen smiles, embarrassed.
I just feel like we lucked out as roommates, you know? Like, thankfully I got someone cool and we get along and stuff.
Yeah, I know. Totally.
I'm Tally, by the way.
Oh, nice to meet you, both of you.
We were just talking about starting an intramural frisbee team with some boys on the floor above Tally and Michelle. Want to join?
I'm not very good at frisbee.
Oh, no worries. I'm terrible. I just want an excuse to talk to 8th floor Jackson.
Here we go. Tally, I think you blew your chances with that one.
You don't know that. He might have been into.
There's no way he was into it.
What happened with 8th floor Jackson?
8th floor Jackson. So 8th floor Jackson.
Oh my god, can you please just call him Jackson?
Tally rolls her eyes.
So, Jackson, first of all, he looks like all of your childhood fantasies coming true.
He looks like a big Girl Scout with a patchy beard. Wait, what kind of childhood fantasies were you having?
Tally puts her hand up to silence them.
Anyway, he's beautiful.
Michelle shakes her head at Hannah.
So beautiful, in fact, that oftentimes I find myself at complete loss for words in his presence.
More like a complete loss of brain function.
So one day, Michelle and I get into the elevator, and there's Jackson, eating a bowl of Lucky Charms, like he was just waiting for me to go down on him.
She needs to go down with him in the elevator.
That's what I said. So there he is, and when I walk in, he turns to me and says, "Hey there." And then I say, "Hey." And he says, "You ever eat Lucky Charms?" And then I disassociate from my body, and my hand reaches into his Lucky Charms, and milk splashes all over his shirt, and I pull out the little green hat, and then I hear my voice say, "The green hats are my favorite," as I pop it in my mouth. And then the elevator door opened, and Michelle pulled me out of there.
Beat. Everybody but Tally bursts out laughing.
You guys, it's not that funny. It's not that bad.
You're right. I'm sorry. It's not. It's really not. Yes, it is. It's so bad.
That's pretty bad.
It's not your fault. She went to a Catholic all-girls high school. Didn't even have sex ed.
Beat. Michelle has a realization.
Tally, Jackson kind of looks like Jesus.
Tally thinks for a moment, dazed.
Yeah.
Exterior, campus, a few days later. Jessa glides through the campus on rollerblades. She looks like a ballerina on wheels. Hannah struggles to keep up, desperately trying to look cool, but looking awkward and terrified. Karen is seen in the background, helping to hang a banner that says, "Please recycle." Ahead of Hannah, Jessa rounds a tight corner.
Shit, I'm not gonna make it.
Hannah's rollerblades hit the curb and she goes flying.
Look out!
Hannah launches herself into Marnie, walking to class with her books. They both scream and hit the ground, hard.
Fuck!
What the heck?
Jessa does not notice the collision. Her back is turned as she rollerblades away.
Come on, Hannah.
Interior, Student Health Center, later. A nurse cleans Marnie's bleeding head wound and gives her an ice pack. Hannah sits in a chair nearby.
I'm so sorry. Like, so sorry. And
It's fine. It just sucks because in addition to breaking my face, you also broke my headband.
Next to Marnie, a pristine white headband is snapped in half.
I'll be back to have you fill out some paperwork.
Marnie nods. The nurse exits.
You're really pretty.
Hannah reaches up towards Marnie's head wound.
It just kind of looks like you're wearing stage makeup.
Marnie slaps Hannah's hand down.
Thanks.
Beat.
I'm Hannah.
Great.
What's your name?
Marnie.
Nice to meet you.
Marnie glares at Hannah.
Look, I'm really sorry. I honestly shouldn't have even been rollerblading. This girl in my anthro class said it was easier than I was remembering, and
I said it was fine. You can honestly just leave. I don't really know why you're still here.
Awkward beat.
you know, some of the most notable people had a serious head injury in their youth. Liza Minnelli, Liza Minnelli, Al Franken, Beyonce.
What?
Yeah, Chevy Chase, Buzz Aldrin, Buzz Lightyear.
Beat as Marty stares at Hannah.
You're ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
Beat.
I forgive you. I know it was an accident.
Hannah smiles.
Won't happen again. I can assure you, I will never put my foot inside another rollerblade.
Probably for the best.
Yeah.
Beat.
Want to go to a party tonight?
End of Act 2. Act 3. Interior, Equinox Party, night. Hannah and Marty walk into the Equinox Party. Hannah wears a shirt that says "Subvert the Patriarchy," while Marty wears something that painfully resembles tennis wear. It is dimly lit, smoke fills the air. From across the room, Jessa rushes towards Hannah.
Hannah, there you are, silly girl. Where did you disappear to this afternoon? I made it all the way to the dorms before I realized you weren't behind me.
Jessa sees Marty.
My dear, what happened to your face?
You said it wasn't that noticeable.
It's not.
You're still beautiful, darling.
Jessa looks Marty up and down.
Oh shit, was this a costume party?
Marty rolls her eyes, upset, and walks away. Hannah sees Karen talking to a boy in the corner of the party. Hannah darts behind people so Karen will not see her.
Who are you trying to avoid?
My roommate, random roommate. She's just kind of the worst, like really big.
Karen sees Hannah and waves enthusiastically. Hannah smiles and waves back. Exterior, patio, moments later. 18-year-old Elijah Krantz talks to a young man, Samson. Elijah speaks in a deep voice.
And so I was like, I can be lacrosse team captain and the star of the show, Miss Sullivan.
Wow, kinda in over your head.
That's what she said.
They laugh.
Dude, guess what? I caught my roommate at it again last night.
Nice. Was she hot?
No, not with a girl.
Elijah is uncomfortable as he sips his drink.
With himself. I was in my bed trying to sleep.
Oh. Isn't this like the 4th time this has happened?
5th. I finally confronted him this morning and he said it was a problem that he and his dad were working on.
Oh my god, what does that mean?
If only I knew. I do know that I need to switch rooms.
Oh, you should totally move in with me.
Elijah places his hand on Samson's shoulder and then quickly removes it.
Since I have a single. Just if you need a place to crash for a bit.
Dylan gallops in between Elijah and Samson with a horse head on a wooden stick between his legs. Interior, Equinox party later that night. Jessa and Marty sit together on a couch talking.
I don't know what mineral water means.
Justin, an attractive young man holding a violin case, plops himself down right between Jessa and Marty.
Either of you play?
Yes, classically trained actually.
Justin raises his eyebrows.
I mean, I wasn't expecting to do this tonight, but if you wanted to hear a little something, maybe if we turn the music down, I can...
I'd love to see it.
Marty giggles as the boy starts to open the case.
Okay, I mean, I really don't have anything planned, so promise you won't laugh.
Justin opens the case to reveal a large bong. He pulls out the bong, smiling, and hands it to Marty. Jessa bursts out laughing. Marty's face flushes. She gets up and runs away. Interior, Equinox party, same moment. Clive hula hoops alone in the corner. He stares with intensity at Hannah from across the room. Hannah talks to Elijah. Interior, Equinox party, moments later. Justin and Jessa sit on the couch next to each other. Jessa watches as Justin takes a large bong rip.
You want some?
I've actually never tried before.
Justin looks surprised.
Really? It's pretty great.
Jessa looks hesitant.
No problem. Well, hey, I'm Justin.
Jessa.
Pleasure to meet you, Jessa.
Pleasure.
Are you sick of people asking about your accent?
Yes, extremely.
I see. So where does an accent like that come from?
Surrey originally. I lived there for a bit with my mom and dad, but I moved close to London with my mom's sister when they split up.
Oh. And is there no weed in England?
I imagine there is, but my auntie is very religious. And quite strict, really.
Damn.
It wasn't that bad.
Justin raises his eyebrow and then takes another bong rip. Jessa watches his actions closely.
All right.
All right, what?
All right. I'll give it a go.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Jessa grabs the bong, rolls her eyes at Justin.
It looks like fun.
Justin puts his arm around Jessa, helps her light the bowl and pull the piece. Jessa sputters, coughs, and giggles. Interior, dorm room, hours later. Karen helps a stumbling, belligerent Hannah into their dorm room.
Karen.
Up we go.
Karen helps Hannah up into her bed.
No, I'm so heavy. You'll never be able to.
Karen successfully lifts Hannah onto her bed.
You're so fit, Karen.
Karen tucks Hannah into bed.
I'm so sorry. I've been so mean to you.
What? You haven't been mean to me.
Mean about you.
What?
Because you're so annoying, you know?
Oh, okay. I think you should just go to sleep. Want me to put on a movie? I know Aquamarine is your comfort film. Where's your laptop?
Karen, I don't need a delightful, watery tale of friendship, magic, and strength right now. What I need is for you to listen to me.
Okay.
You're a nice girl, but I can't really see us being friends, you know? Like, we're just so different people.
Hannah, I really think we should talk about this tomorrow.
No, Karen. So now or forever, hold your places. Look, I'm sure you're really find some good friends soon. Like real good friends really soon. Michelle and Tally seem nice. But I don't think that's me. I can be the most excellent roommates, but for all intents and purposes,
Hannah looks Karen in the eyes.
I think you're just too dull for me.
Karen stares at Hannah, incredulous. Tears start to develop.
Oh, no. Karen, don't cry. You have potential.
Hannah gags, holds her hands over her mouth, and leaps out of her bed. She barely hits the floor before she grabs the wall and pukes all over Karen's jogging shoes.
Oh no, Karen. I'm really sorry about your jogging shoes.
You know what, Hannah? For all intents and purposes, I think you're just too much of a narcissistic bitch for me.
Karen storms out of the room and shuts the door politely. It is late. Interior, Equinox party, same time. Jessa and Justin sit on the couch, stoned and giggling.
Okay, tell me 3 things you hate. Go.
Paramore, squids, and when people wipe their nose on their sleeve.
You're ridiculous.
I am not. Those are all disgusting things. Okay, tell me what you hate.
Milk. Bras and little drizzling of rain.
Milk, bras, and a light drizzle of rain? You're insane.
I'm not.
The two laugh uncontrollably.
This is fun.
Oh, I am so high.
Justin does a karate chop in the air. Jessa lights the bong and takes another rip.
Damn.
Jessa smirks as he holds in the smoke and then blows out a series of perfect O's. Justin looks at her for a beat, then lunges at her. The two start ferociously making out. End of Act 3. Act 4. Interior, dorm room, next morning. Groggy, Hannah opens her eyes and blinks a few times. Slowly, Hannah's circumstance begins to reveal itself. She is disheveled and in half of the clothes she was wearing the night before. Her hand is inside a bag of chips. A bottle of barbecue sauce is spilled all over the bed. She slowly rises and reaches for her phone that is plugged into a speaker next to her. As soon as she tries to use it, White Flag by Dido starts blaring. Hannah groans and in her haste to turn it off, drops it on the ground, causing the phone to unplug and the music to stop. There are 3 loud knocks at the door.
I'm coming.
Hannah attempts to get out of bed, slips and hits the ground. Again, there are 3 loud knocks at the door.
Karen, I'm coming.
Hannah eventually makes it to the door. She opens it to reveal her RA, Shannon, a 20-year-old woman with glitter on her face, makeup smudged underneath her eyes, and too many rings on her fingers.
Oh, Shannon. Hi, what's up?
Fun night last night, Hannah? Save your half-baked excuse. I honestly don't give a shit. Bottom line is that because I'm your RA, I have to write you up for noise.
Beat as Shannon looks around the room, taking in the debauchery of the previous night.
Although I'm sure I could write you up for a few other things. Whatever.
Noise? It wasn't me, I was asleep. Maybe it was Karen, I don't know where she is.
Well, I wasn't around last night. I was giving stick and pokes at this party in an abandoned road sign factory.
Shannon lifts up her sleeve to reveal what looks like a small depiction of man's diseased rectum.
It's a snake eating 2 apples. It's biblical, but also primal. I did it myself, left-handed, on a shit ton of...
Shannon pulls her own sleeve and abruptly wipes her nose.
Well, anyway, I wasn't here last night, but I've had students coming to my room all morning complaining that this room was blasting White Flag by Dido for hours last night.
Hannah pretends to be thinking.
And that somebody could hear somebody singing along and, like, violently sobbing.
Well...
Shannon begins to yawn and puts her hand up to silence Hannah. Her yawn is extensive. When she's finished yawning, Shannon puts her hand on Hannah's shoulder and looks at her intently.
Look, Hannah, I get it. We all get knocked down sometimes. That's important, is that you get back up again. And this school has resources. Don't be afraid to use them.
Shannon leans in closer.
Like I know for a fact that there's a shit ton of extra toilet paper in the 4th floor bathroom. You could use it to clean up all this puke.
Shannon stands up straight and backs away from Hannah.
Hannah, it's like my brother Dave used to tell me, never, ever complain about your food at the Olive Garden because somebody will come in your ranch dressing. You know what I mean?
Hannah hesitates and nods.
So anyways, I'm going to have to write up your room for noise. Okay, so you and Karen both got to email me a short paper on the importance of silence and consideration for everyone else in the dorm.
Shannon rolls her eyes, turns around and starts walking down the hallway.
Blah, 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 blah. Bye.
Hannah stares at Shannon as she walks away. Hannah lingers at the door for a beat before shutting it. Interior, dorm room, moments later. Series of shots. Hannah stares at the puke on the floor and the barbecue sauce on her bed. Hannah walks back into her room with a towel on her body and a towel on her head. She steps over the puke to get to her closet. Hannah does homework at her desk, the puke still present behind her. Hannah talks to her mom on the phone. Hannah tells her how great college is so far. Hannah sits on Karen's bed watching Aquamarine. She glances over at the puke. Hannah paints her toenails. Hannah looks at her watch, sees that it is 2 p.m., snack hour, gets out her snacks. Hannah glances at Karen's still empty bed and then at her jogging shoes. She notices that they are also covered in puke and size. Interior, hallway, moments later. Hannah opens a door marked 4th floor. She walks down the hallway and into the bathroom. There is an abundance of toilet paper under the sink. Hannah grabs an armful of rolls and then exits towards the stairwell. Exterior, lunch hall the next day. Jessa sits alone at a table. She is swirling her potatoes with a spoon. Hannah sits down next to her with a plate full of bread and butter.
Hannah, are you still a virgin?
I don't know.
You don't know. How do you not know?
Well, how far in does it have to be to count as sex?
All the way, I would say.
But does it? I mean, what if, let's say, you're about to have sex for the first time, but you're so nervous that you say something strange right as he's about to put it in. And so it's like halfway in there, but then he gets weirded out and says he's not really feeling it anymore and takes it out and leaves.
Oh my God. You are so strange. What happened? What did you say?
Okay, well, all that day, I'd been trying to figure out who the lady cop from Pineapple Express was, because I had watched that movie the night before, and it was really bothering me. So right before we're about to, do it, I was trying to relax myself, but anytime I try to relax, I have what my therapist refers to as a mind tornado. So my mind was swirling around so fast, and right when he put it in, I remembered who the lady cop was. So I kind of yelled, "Rosie Perez!"
Jessa is dumbfounded.
And then he was like, "Did you just yell Rosie Perez?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then he got all weirded out and said he wasn't feeling it anymore. And got his clothes on and drove me home. He put the radio on really loud.
Beat.
Was it your boyfriend?
Lab partner.
Hannah, that is the saddest story I have ever heard. You're really tragic. And you're definitely a virgin.
I had a mind tornado.
Jessa shakes her head.
Well, when did you lose your virginity? Age 8?
18, actually.
Right before college.
No.
Hannah frowns.
Friday night.
What? With Edward Sharp from the party?
Justin, was it?
Justin, was it? You're not even sure what his name is.
Justin.
Beat as Jessa swirls her mashed potatoes with a spoon and Hannah stares at Jessa.
Well, how was it?
Cool.
That's good. Did you use protection? How are you? Want me to take you to the health center to get you an STD test?
It's not a big deal. It's just one body part going into another. I'm fine. Besides, I don't even remember most of it, so who cares?
Okay.
Beat.
I'm just saying, if you need help figuring anything out from that night, I can help you.
Jessa flicks a penny into a cup of water. It sinks to the bottom. Hannah watches, overly concerned.
Karen hasn't come back to the room since Friday night.
Jessa laughs to herself.
I think I said something that upset her.
Beat.
I don't, miss her, but I miss having someone else in the room.
Beat.
I did throw up on her jogging shoes, but I cleaned them. I just wonder where she's staying. Do you think it's with a boy? She's already missed 2 days of jogging, unless she keeps another pair of jogging shoes hidden in her tiny sports bra.
People jog. I have to go to class.
Oh, okay. See you later.
Jessa stands up and walks out of the lunch hall. She leaves her plate of mashed potatoes on the table. Interior, dorm room, day. Marnie and Hannah open Hannah's door and find Karen packing up her things.
Karen.
Hey.
Karen is uninterested and continues packing.
Are you, leaving or?
Yeah, switching rooms.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry if I said anything mean the other night.
Be thankful you don't remember. You finally drowned in all that self-loathing of yours. Jesus, I'm sure it wasn't that bad. Who are you? Oh, I'm Hannah's friend, Marty Michael. Right, well, I hope your friendship lasts forever.
Karen, look, I'm really sorry. Could we just talk about this? I was really enjoying getting to know you and...
Enjoying getting to know me? You've never gotten to know me. You've never asked me about me or my life, or even had the time to sit in the room for 5 minutes and catch up. You don't even know my last name.
Yes, I do. It's, Smith or something like that.
It's Johnson. And you're Hannah Horvath, and you love dogs, but you hate looking at pugs because you think their bodies are too wide and their legs are too short, and that it was pretty unfair that they were bred in the first place.
Hannah tries to speak.
Your favorite color is periwinkle, and your favorite food is a bread bowl at Panera. And one time, when you were 9 years old, you took a tour of the White House, and you poured your Slurpee into a vase because you couldn't find a trash can, and ever since then you were secretly worried that the Secret Service is secretly watching you. Oh, wow.
Karen glares at Marnie and then looks at Hannah again.
You don't know anything about me because we never talk about me. We only talk about you. And then to find out that you think I'm annoying? Oh, and just too dull for you. Yeah, that was really great. Bye, Hannah.
Karen takes her bags and leaves the room. Marnie is staring at Hannah as Hannah stares at the empty doorway.
Maybe she was on Prozac and stopped taking it when she came to college, like trying to wean off of it. My cousin tried that. My aunt said she was always irritable during their phone calls.
Beat as Hannah stares at the floor.
I take Prozac.
Oh.
Interior classroom next week. Intro to anthropology has just ended. Hannah and Jessa pack up their things.
Before you go, please hand me the write-ups on your social experiments.
Hannah walks up to the professor's desk and sets down a paper with a cover page titled Breaking Point, What It Takes for Your Roommate to Snap. Hannah and Jessa walk out of the classroom.
Look, is that Marnie girl?
Jessa and Hannah walk over to the lawn where Marnie stands behind a booth that says Beads for the Blind.
Hey guys, I started a club. Will you join?
Marnie hands Hannah and Jessa a flyer. It says, if you're reading this, you are blessed. Join me, Marty Michaels, for a simple activity that millions of vision-impaired women across the country can't do. Beading.
Bead bookmarks with me, and help me deliver them to a homeless shelter where thousands of blind women come in and out every day.
You're beading bookmarks for blind women?
Yes, isn't it a good idea? It's a really easy way to give back.
Blind women can't read books, Marnie.
Braille books, obviously.
Beat.
Alright, I've got 30 minutes before my next class.
Jessa shrugs her shoulders. The three girls sit down on the lawn and start beating bookmarks for the blind. Song, Survival by Adult Mom. Fade out. End.